Hey there, it's Kayleen with GoTimeTraining, and I'm here today to teach you about our GoTimeTraining Client Tracker app. First of all, I'd like to welcome you to the team. And if you haven't been familiarized with this app yet, this is where you're going to be tracking all of your nutrition, any questions that you have for your trainer, and then any personal notes that you would like to keep for yourself, as well as your weekly photos and weight. So let's get started. To log in, you're going to go to www.gotimetraining.com/app. Again, that's www.gotimetraining.com/app. As soon as you get there, it's going to bring you to this login page. Your login is going to be your email address, and your password to start will always be GoTime, lowercase, GOTIME. Once you're done, click Login. It's automatically going to bring you to your home page. I want you to note that there are several tabs on the left here which I'll walk through, but I want to start with the home page that we're on. So the first section of the home page is going to have your daily nutrition or your goal that your trainer has set for you. If you haven't sat down and spoke with your trainer about your goals yet, you will be soon, so this will make a little bit more sense. But if you have, you will already be somewhat familiarized with this. So we focus on giving our clients a goal of protein, fat, and carbohydrates to reach each day. In this section, when you first log on, this edit goal button is actually going to be set goal. In order to set the goal like I have here, you're going to click the button, scroll down. Sometimes you will have multiple, but to start, you're only going to have the daily nutrition. Click that, hit set goal. As soon as you set your goal, you'll notice that there's a goal for your protein, your fat, and your carbohydrates. We'll talk more about that here in a moment, but the next section I want to move on to is updating your status. This is where you can type in notes to yourself, questions to your trainer, or just anything that you would like to put in this section, workouts, how you're feeling, etc. So a good one would be if you're eating out, say, at Bella Luna for lunch, you can type a note to your trainer and say, what is a healthy choice at Bella Luna? Hit post update, and you'll notice it puts it on your home page. The next step you'll want to do is hit the notify trainer button so that your trainer is notified that you have sent them a question, and that notify trainer button will be changed to remove updates notification to trainer. And often when your trainer responds, they will hit that, so it's automatically set back to notify trainer. You'll see this little bubble over here. This is where your trainer is going to type back comments to you, or maybe you didn't finish your full sentence, your full question. You can add in more content here. You would just hit post reply and it'll show up below your original post. So let's move on to the next tab. The next tab is log a meal. This part is very similar to MyFitnessPal, where you're going to log your daily meals for your trainer. And if you haven't already sat down with your trainer, they will have created a sample meal plan day for you. So that's usually a day or two before your start date, which you can scroll on the date and look back at a sample meal plan that they may or may not have created for you yet. If they haven't, they will be soon. This will just be something that you can reference back to. However, we're on today's date, so I want to go back to April 15th. You'll see it currently says no meals found. So we're all going to start with a breakfast, and in order to add our breakfast, we need to go to the add button to the right side of the screen. You can title this whatever you would like. For training's sake, I'm just going to title it breakfast. And then in order to start adding in the foods that you eat, you're going to hit the add button under food entries. For training purposes, I'm going to use a standard breakfast of eggs. So I'm going to choose a whole egg to begin with. I type in my quantity of whole eggs that I had and hit add. Now say I had a piece of grapefruit with that. I'm going to come back to the add button and type in grapefruit, select my choice, again hit the quantity and hit add. The last thing, say I added some peanut butter. You'll notice that there are several options here, so I'm just going to scroll down and find one. Let's use one of our peanut butter by the tablespoon or teaspoon. We're going to hit 1 and add. So now I've compiled my entire meal. As soon as I'm done, I hit done. And you'll notice that meal has now been added to my breakfast. The awesome thing about this is now it shows how much protein, how much fat, and how many carbohydrates I had in my breakfast. And if I scroll down to the bottom, I'll see that my numbers at the bottom are in green. So for the rest of the day, my target is 95 grams of protein, 26 grams of fat, and 114 grams of carbs. Now the cool thing here is, say that you're somebody that eats the same breakfast every single morning, I can hit this star button and star my breakfast. So next time if I go in to add that same thing tomorrow, we would obviously be on tomorrow's date, I would simply hit the add button and I can scroll down on my favorite meals, find my breakfast, hit done, and it automatically adds it for me. Obviously, in one day I didn't have 2 breakfasts, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete this and move on with the rest of my day. So for your next meal, say you have a mid-morning snack, you're going to hit the add button, type in your mid-morning snack. Say you have a Quest bar, a chocolate chip cookie dough one, which is everybody's favorite. We're going to find that in our food journal, hit 1 for our quantity, and hit add, then done. You'll notice that this again adds it to our meal, so it's meal 2. I could have changed that to mid-morning snack if I wanted to. It shows how much protein, how much fat, and how many carbohydrates I had in this meal. And then again, it deducts from my daily totals, so it shows how much I have left, my goal for the rest of the day. And you'll continue on with your lunch, mid-afternoon snack, and a dinner if you happen to have each one of those. Once you're done at the end of the day, you'll want to make sure that these are very close to your targets, and if you're over, it's going to turn red. So you'll be able to go back and see where you might be eating a little bit too much, where you need to cut back, or if you're under eating, where you need to add a few more calories in to your meals. So that's kind of the highlight of this section. I do want to go over one more thing before we move on. Say that there is a meal that you're consuming, but it's not in our food journal yet. You'll go to the add button. You're going to add it like you would a normal meal or a normal food item. But up top here, you're going to see type the food name or click here to enter a custom food. So before we were typing grapefruit or whatever it is we were eating for the meal, and we were selecting it. But now we want to add something specific. So you might have your own personal recipe. My egg casserole recipe. I can't spell. You would hit the quantity, the type, since it's egg, it's going to be primarily protein, the measurement, so often it's going to be 1 serving, and then you will have calculated or found from the recipe online how much protein, fat, and carbohydrates the 1 serving had. So say it has 15 grams of protein, 8 grams of fat, and 30 grams of carbs. Once you're done, you will hit add, and it will add it to that index. So the next time you go in to type your food, I did not add it, but you would be able to type in my egg casserole recipe and it would pull it up here, and you wouldn't have to add in all the ingredients that you do in the other that we've done in the other meals for your day. So that's a great way if you have a recipe and you already know the breakdown to add it in here very simply. So I'm just going to cancel out of this. The next tab to the left is log a weigh-in. This is going to be very, very important for not only you, but for your coach to understand the progress that you're making. Pictures speak 1,000 words. So right now we don't have anything in here, but on your first day you're going to be taking your measurements, your scale weight, and photos with your trainer, or they may ask you to do it at home. So in order to add those to your app, you're going to come to the left side of the screen, hit the add button, type in your weight, title the photo. So I always ask my clients to title it front, side, or back, and then put the date on there so that both you and the coach have a reference of when this photo was taken. You'll hit attach, and you're just going to search for the photo on your hard drive, or you have the option to do this from a mobile app as well. Once you've found it, you can type in any notes that you would like here. You do not have to, and then you would hit add new. For training purposes, I'm not going to hit that. Then each one of our photos that we take, we're going to be taking a front, side, and back. So you'll notice that that was just the example for your front photo. You'll want to go back in, do the same thing, add it for your side and your back photo. Weekly, we're going to ask you to take those photos either in the studio or at home so that we can see your progress. The next option to the left is log your body measurements. So if you click on this tab, this is going to be where you and your trainer will log your circumference measurements for your chest, your arm, your thigh, belly, hips, and we can put in your body fat. So again, in order to add that, you're going to click the add button to the left or to the right, type in your measurements for the day that you took them, and at the bottom type in your body fat, simply hit add new. Again, for training purposes, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to cancel out. The next time we go in and we take your measurements, these percentages will show an increase or a decrease. So with most people who are wanting to lose weight, you're going to want to see a decrease in those over time. The next tab to your left is the Documents tab. As a new client, we're going to be giving you a full document that goes over the importance of nutrition, training, what a protein, what a fat, what a carbohydrate is, and your trainer will go through this a little bit with you. But when they meet with you, they're going to be uploading that document to this My Tools tab. Right now it's not uploaded, but once your trainer has that uploaded, you will see it in this section where you can download that document and reference it in the future if you have any questions. The next one to the left is Settings. At the top of your setting page is the daily goals. You'll see that we have our daily nutrition that we had set earlier on our home page of our protein, fat, and carbohydrates. Often you're not going to be adding this in, your coach will be, but if you're comfortable at some point to change your own macronutrient goals, you can by hitting the add button. Title it again Daily Nutrition, type in the date in which you're setting this goal, type in your protein, your fat, your carbohydrate goal, and hit Save Goal. If you scroll down, this is where your account information is, and it's really cool to set up your photo so that we have more of a personal touch, very similar to Facebook. So you can hit the attach button, pull a photo from your desktop, and upload it to your profile here. At the bottom is where you can add any pertinent information or change your password if you would like. Once you're done adding or changing this password, hit edit at the bottom and it'll save your changes. The last tab on the left is the tip sheet. We've gone through this video, so I've walked you through high level how to use the app, but once you click this tip sheet, it's going to go through everything that we talked about today. It has the app login URL, it has a whole bunch of tips and tricks on how to use the app. So if you forget anything that we've gone over today, I highly recommend reviewing this document or going back to the video here and reviewing any of that. Your trainer is also an awesome reference to walk you through the app. Once you've used it for a week or two, it will be very helpful, very user-friendly, and again, logging your food, writing out your exercises and how you're feeling on this homepage is going to be a great reference for you to refer back to as you progress along. You can see the things that you've done right and maybe the things that you needed to change in order to progress more towards your goal. So that's high level of our GoTimeTraining app. Again, I'm very excited to have you part of our GoTimeTraining team, and I look forward to seeing your progress. We're always here to help. If you have any questions, contact our admin, Andrea, at 316-833-0999. Check us out on our Facebook page, post any questions that you have there, or always use your coach as a reference. Bye for now, and I'll talk to you soon.